Hi, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Go with Ego podcast. My name is igowithIGHO. It is so good to be back with you all. I hope you all have had a wonderful time. It's a new year, 2025. I hope the year has been good to you. It's been good to me. I believe it's been good to my friend here, Kingsley. But I hope it's
hmm
good to you all. So, as we go on today, we have a very special guest, Kingsley, and he will tell us his own experiences and I'll let him introduce himself now. And so tell us a little bit about yourself, Kingsley, something about you, something exciting for my audience to get to know you.
So my name is Kingsley, and I'm currently doing my master's in the US, Texas to be precise. So I used to be in the digital media world, digital marketing, and um, digital media actually in general when I was in Nigeria. But then I decided to like further my education and have a different perspective in life and all of that. So basically, there is nothing really too exciting about my life. I just
You
exist, and then I like memes. So that's something I like to tell everyone.
That's
I
something.
enjoy memes, yeah. So
Yeah.
it's just kind of like it's a very big part of me.
Okay. So do you like animes? Do you watch animes too?
No, I think animes are too abstract.
Really?
Memes sometimes are relatable. And if animes were like 3D cartoons, like I like 3D animations actually, but not like the Japanese kind of animes.
Yeah. Well,
Those are they're just drawings and it doesn't like really resonate. It's too abstract.
yeah. Well, I do like them sometimes because for me, they're like stress relievers for me. When I'm had a stressful day, I just go
Yeah.
watch Black Clover or
Oh,
watch One Punch Man, and it relieves the stress from the day.
that's exactly what meme does to me. I mean, I'm glad meme has that kind of power in me because I could be going through a really, really, really bad day and
Mhm.
I just watch a couple of memes and boom, it feels like alcohol or something. Like
I,
I just everything just disappears.
well, I'm glad we do have something that can help us stress relief when we're done from this
Exactly.
day of adulting. There's so many countries in the world that
Yeah.
you could have chose to go study. But why did you choose the US itself?
US basically is like the paramount of the world in terms of a lot of things, the economy, the education. You recognized internationally, and also I have families here, so it's always better to like because like I had the opportunity to go to the UK, but I turned it down. So I decided to be here, and initially I wanted to um, do the process of Canada, but like a lot of things, that was around 2019 or 2020, I think.
I think that's cool because one thing that most of us decide or look at when we choose where to go to is the ease of integration from
Mhm.
school. One, America is also easy to integrate, though we agree.
Yeah.
Of course, what the economy looks like for us when we're done with school.
hmm
Of course, the US have one of the leading schools and leading economies in the world. So I think
hmm
it's even me myself decided to decided upon when I chose America. But yeah, before you came to America, there are things you should have heard about America. But when you came into America, when you landed in the country, what are the things you saw that were shocking to you? It could be stereotypes, it could be the lifestyle you saw. Was it something you thought of before coming?
Basically, before coming, I was pretty much like in the know of a lot of things because, like, like I said earlier, I have family members here. My grandma used to be here, but she went back to Nigeria like last year or last 2 years. I'm not so sure. My
Mhm.
uncle used to be here, so I was pretty much in the know of a lot of things. But then there are all the tiny other smaller details that you cannot really hear or experience or be in the know until you come in and experience it. And one of them is like how really nice Americans are. Like they're very particular about being nice.
Mhm.
And and the media won't tell you that. A lot of people won't tell you that until you experience it. So, and then the fact that most restaurants give free water. It was something that was one of the things that because I was when I went over, I wanted to get like a glass of water, a bottle of water. I told them I needed to buy water, and they just came out with an iced glass of water, and I was like, okay, so how much is it? At first, I was like, why you give me water in a cup? And
Right.
then that's and then she was like, no, that's okay, it's free. I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. And so that was one of the things that really stuck to me. It was a different experience,
Mm-hmm.
and then there are a lot of other things, there are a lot of other things that the media won't really tell you. Even if you have a conversation with someone who is here, they wouldn't talk about it until you're coming over here. So um other things are just like it's just general, the economy and everything. It was just like an amazing experience.
I'm glad you said that because
Yeah,
it's the minute things that is important mostly.
yeah,
The things that people don't care about. Imagine your
yeah.
experience of having water in a glass like for free. Most people would even think about that. So like
Mm.
that's because you don't know back home you have to buy your water. If
Exactly,
every
exactly.
single thing
So
you have.
yeah.
I think when you talked about America and being nice people, that stuck with me because when I came to this country, unlike you, I had nobody.
Hmm.
No family, no friends. I came here with my three big bags because I was frustrated with Lagos, tired of Nigeria. I just want to come here and start again and just, a new, for me, it was a new beginning, a movement to a new beginning for me. That was it. So when I came
Yeah.
here, I took a Greyhound bus, 3 days from Boston to Missouri. You
Three
know,
days. Whoa.
it was crazy, but I got to Missouri. And when I got here, I saw a Redeemed Church. The church helped me to get accommodation. Then the school gave me scholarship. But
Full
Missouri
funded
was fully funded because then
with stipend. Was it a master's
it,
or a PhD?
it wasn't a master's, so I came to start again from the beginning. So I came to
BSc.
associate degree,
Oh, okay.
2 years college, then from there to my BSc, then from there to my master's, and now my PhD. So
Oh,
and it's all been fun. It's when I go to the school, I said, "Hey, school, I don't have money to pay. What do I do?" And so they said, "Okay, that's fine. You can work in the restaurant that the school had, the cafe, and we'll pay
mm.
you for it, and you get free food home." I said, "Hell yeah, deal me in." And so they pay me for my time, they give me scholarship, and of course the food to get back to the house to eat. So Americans are nice, but one thing I always tell international students that come to America, you have to tell your story because no one knows where you're coming from, no one knows your experience. But if you don't ask questions and say, hey, this is what I need, do you have this, or how can I go about this? No one will help you except you speak up and say something. I hope that
Mm.
the days you've been here, the years you've been here, you've experienced that as well too.
Yeah, and then the concept of ice with a lot of things, the drinks, ice is a very, very important thing to Americans. I and now I'm kind of like addicted to it. I cannot even have any drink without ice. I'm kind of like very much integrated into the culture of ice. So the ice with water, ice with soft drinks. Just the only thing I don't add ice is when chocolate milk, stuff
Mhm.
like that. When it comes to every other drink, I like to have it with ice. I don't even, it's faster to cool. You don't have to, I mean, it's just, I don't know. The concept of ice is just amazing to me, for real.
I-
So that's one of the things that I'm gonna say that's kind of like stuck into my head. And
mhm. That's good. So you schooled in Nigeria before, right? In Nigeria,
yeah.
you schooling in America. What is the difference like between schooling in Nigeria and schooling in America? What can you say about the two experience on both?
There are a lot of things. There are a lot of things you have to like. They are uncountable, honestly. Number one, the environment, because like me, I am very particular about my learning environments. So whenever the system of the way most of Nigerian schools are just like um pretty. I don't know how to explain it, but it's just yeah, yeah, yeah. You understand? So
So for my audience, I don't know what AIM means. It's just anyhow. It's just scattered. It's just
exactly, like
no
on
planning towards things.
planning, the environment looks
Yeah.
messed up,
Mhm.
no ventilation system. like it's just basically ugly. I don't know how to explain it, but then it's number one thing, and then another thing is when a lot of Europeans or British people, they always like to pick on Americans. I believe why they do that is like there are a lot of things they wish they can have back in the UK or in Europe that they see Americans having, the luxury of life and all that. So they now, I would call it basically jealousy. That's just what I'll call it, So they always like to pick on American education system and all of that. But then it's crazy because the amount of assignments you have to do will drive you crazy, The concept of assignments, like they'll make sure that you are 100% busy till your next class, So that's back in Nigeria, the assignments are basically just one per semester. One quiz, but here you have to have quiz every week, have heavy load duty assignments every week, and thank God, every semester I have just 3 courses, and it's actually even divided into first and second. Like in spring semester, first spring and second spring. And in first spring is either you have 1 or 2 courses, and in second spring is either you have 1 or 2 courses just to complete it to 3 courses. But if you want to, like 3 is the minimum, but then if you can afford to bombard yourself with more than 3 courses in a semester, then that's entirely up to you in terms of both financial and academic and all of that, because it's heavy load, like to have to deal with a lot of courses in a semester. So the assignments, the way of teaching, because normally like there's one course we took in my first semester here. So there are a lot of industry apps, like applications, industry, environmental, I don't know how to explain it, but there are a lot of things that they will bring you into the real sense of the workforce, understand? So you're gonna like experience using those applications and those works, industry standard applications, understand? So it makes you, and also we had to generate a whole new real life scenario to be able to like make that app to be as realistic as possible. So all those things prepares you for real life, for your career and future, for a lot of but in Nigeria, basically they just write it on the board, do photocopy. It basically makes no sense. So you end up graduating without having real life experience of what you studied or real in-depth knowledge of what you studied. It's only basically like the kind medicine, the kind doctors that do the practicals. They don't do it as in-depth as they do it in the US. So basically it's amazing being a student in the US, to have to experience both worlds, to compare them, and how the real life understanding of those 2 things.
I think that's the reason why not just Nigerians. I can't speak of other countries, but I can speak more of when I become Nigerian. But that's the reason why most Nigerians are very, very smart when they come to America.
Exactly. They
excel. What it means to school in hard terrain. We know how it is to take a book and cram and have only one exam, which is the
practical. Exactly.
Have 8 weeks of classes, 12 weeks of classes, 16 weeks of classes, and have just one exam. And so you have to read all those weeks together and pass one final exam. If you fail, you go back. So we know how to pass exams already. And so when we come here and we see that, we have homework due every week on Friday, 11:59, 11:59, 11:55, what do you call it? And once we pass that homework every week or assignment, it counts towards our final grade. Hell yeah, deal me in. I will do all my homework every single week, so that by the semester I'm in a comfortable A, so I don't have to do so much to excel and maintain my A. And I tell everybody, it's simple in America. If you can be in an A, doing all your assignment and homework before the end of the semester, it's easier to maintain an A than to struggle from a B to an A at the end of the semester.
Yeah.
That's a secret. So people say, "Oh, ego, you're smart." I'm not smart. Trust me. I just know how to pass exam. I know how to read. I'm good in. But yeah, so people say, "How do you get the A's and the A's and the A's?" I said, "Yeah, I love the A's because with the A's come scholarships.
Yeah,
With
exactly.
the B's come scholarship too, but with the C's and D's, there's a problem there.
That's
So
a
get
problem.
the A's and if possible, if you have the B's, we still thank God and you keep moving. But
Yeah.
that's it's. I like the way you said it. The difference between here is more practical and real life experience. Back
Mm.
home, more of the theoretical aspect of book
Photocopy and
copy.
handouts. What is even that? Come on.
And back then we had to pay for handouts. I don't know if you did them.
I
We have to
mean,
pay.
back in Unizik, we didn't really have to pay for handouts.
Oh, Unibed
We
then
just
Unibed made most students to pay for handout for real.
really.
For real. Like yeah, but so coming here, I believe you've made new friends, you've made new
Mhm.
community, and how's the integration? How's it easy for you to flow in here and make new friends?
I mean, I'm pretty much the kind of person that can easily make friends, especially if I'm comfortable with the environment, if I want to. Because basically everything I do in this life is if I want to, if I have that interest. I normally excel in whatever I have interest in. But then if I do not have interest in that thing, then you're gonna see me messing around. So basically, I've made a couple of friends. I've joined a couple of groups. I don't know if back in your own school you had something like home group.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So that was a very good avenue of me making a couple of other friends from around the world. And having to, it's just amazing. And the international group as well, and making other friends from every other places. I try to start up small talks, and the good thing is here, small talks are pretty much acceptable, and so we can have small talks and you can become friends with the person, and it's a very good thing. But then sometimes I I make those friends and then I don't know how to keep up because it's just like my social battery has
Batteries died, yeah.
died. So so I just like I just want to be alone sometimes. The please, I don't need this kind of call. I don't know. It's just me. So, but then to make friends is something that I find quite not so difficult. So I wouldn't say it's so easy, but because sometimes I mean, it's always it's been cool having to make friends here. That's just what I have to say here.
That's true. I think one thing that got me shocked when I came to America, the first day of class, after class, every single person picked their bags and started leaving class.
Yeah,
Nobody even stopped and said, "Hey, how you doing? My name is Ego. My name is Kelly. My name is Days." Nobody give a nobody thought,
gifts. Yeah,
I
I understand.
had to calm that one out. I can't say that up. Yeah, but nobody really cares. Everybody's like, okay, I'm off. We're done with class, off to work. So I learned how to say, hi, my name is Igor. I'm from Nigeria. It's good to meet you. And so that friendliness, but of course, like you said, even for the most extrovert of persons, we'll all have our battery levels. There are days where
Mm,
we'll be like, today I don't care about nobody. I just want my space. Thank you so much. I care about you all. On a different day, but for today is my time. So, but
mm.
that's good. I think people here are very friendly if you at least relate with them in a friendly manner. So I agree. Well, everyone, this is Kingsley. We'll go on a short break now. We'll come up from the break. Kingsley will still be here to tell us more about himself and his experiences. We'll be right back.
The I Go With Ego Pathway to Knowledge initiative is unlocking the potential of Africa's future leaders, one child at a time. This groundbreaking program is igniting hope and transforming lives by opening the doors to quality education for children who need it most. I Go With Ego, an educational consulting company, is on a mission to empower young minds and build brighter futures. Through their innovative initiative, they're connecting underprivileged children with the resources they need to thrive, turning dreams into reality, one child at a time. The Pathway to Knowledge initiative isn't just about providing educational materials or scholarships. It's about empowering dreams and unlocking potential. Every notebook, every pencil, and every opportunity they provide is a stepping stone on the path to greatness. Imagine a young mind filled with curiosity, eager to learn, and brimming with potential. Now imagine that same mind soaring to new heights, breaking barriers, and achieving greatness because someone believed in them. This is the vision that fuels the I Go with Ego Pathway to Knowledge initiative. But they can't do it alone. They need the support of individuals and organizations who share their passion for education and their unwavering belief in the potential of every child. Together, we can create a future where every child has access to quality education, where dreams are nurtured and potential is realized. Join us on this extraordinary journey as we walk the path to transformation with the I Go with Ego Pathway to Knowledge initiative. Let's make a difference, one dream at a time.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back from the short break. We still have Kingsley here. Kingsley, thank you again for joining me. It's been a wonderful time we've had so far, and I hope my audience have enjoyed listening to you and all the memorable answers you had to give to us. But going forward, I know that in Nigeria there's a term called Jakwa. For my audience, it means leaving your country and coming to a different country and not wanting to come back to the country, or something, just leaving the country and going to a new place. So. When people talk about jackbarring, leaving the country and coming to a different country, they tend to connote it with a negative sense. That, oh, we're leaving the country, we don't love the country. And but then the question I always ask people, what has the country done for me in terms of me wanting to stay back? So when we talk about jackbarring, what are the pros and the cons of jackbarring to America that you've experienced so far?
Okay. So basically, I mean, obviously, even a blind man can see that, and a deaf person can hear. I mean, I don't know how to explain it, but basically what I'm saying is that's the only thing you're going to be regretting when you leave is why didn't you leave earlier? You know, because Nigeria, having hope in Nigeria, trying to stick around, you know, if things are going to work out, is just like Fisher Impossible 10s. So most of my friends, like if you check my DM WhatsApp, just like I'm always motivating them, helping them, sending them links to, because the best thing you do to yourself as a young person is to like leave. That is if you're the kind of person that, because mostly the kind of people that are not experiencing economic hardship in Nigeria are either the people in politics or people that are into fraud or any other illegal ways of making money. But normal people now that used to be very comfortable before are now really, really, really struggling. You know, so it's become that bad. When I left Nigeria, I think fuel was 2 something. Or so 3 was basically always fluctuating to something that was 100 and something, you know. But now I'm hearing it's now 1,000 something. That's times 10.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's just crazy. Imagine people now that their fuel tank is 70 liters. Now 1,000. So to fill up your tank is more than 80k.
Yep.
You understand? So it's just, and that's just one aspect of expenses. Then you now talk about data that has been increased by 50% or like 100% over this short period of time.
Yeah.
I talk about the rent that is skyrocketing, especially in Lagos. Talk about the power that has been increased. I think, was it 100% or so? Not sure the percentage of increase.
Yeah.
And then a lot of crazy like whenever I read the news, it's just one stupid thing or the other. So I just be like, come on. Thank God I just left Sky. Swear to God, because the opportunities that you have here, I mean, in Nigeria, yeah, I understand. Like currently, I believe it's somehow there could be some kind of like a miracle that will turn things around. Even if it doesn't get to a very high standard, at least to a bearable level. But in Nigeria, you know what that saying where they say there's light at the end of the tunnel. If you're in Nigeria, you know, say you don't lose for inside tunnel, guy. They come out again. Understand?
For real.
Yeah, sure. So you are basically lost. There is no, you don't go follow wrong turn, go lost inside tunnel. But here, like basically when you're working, there's once you follow the pattern and try to stay away from crime and try to do the right thing, try to follow the steps, because each career path there are steps stipulated for you. So once you follow that step and you're dedicated and you work hard, you will almost immediately achieve your goal. You know, you go must make them, understand? You must be comfortable. Like this place has one of the best economies in the world currently. You know, so it is something that I'm very grateful for, that I moved to this country, you know, but further my education and all of that. So it's been an amazing experience coming over here.
You know, I'm glad to hear that. It's been amazing. Like you said, once you stay away from crime and you keep your head down and you do the right thing, follow what the president thinks, you'll make it. Nigerians and Africans, we are very hardworking people, and we tend to excel. When people see difficulties, we tend to excel. But how important is it for international students to be able to maintain a life balance between studying in a new country and also being able to make it at the same time? Because I know in America, people get to study and work. How important it is for you to have a good work-life and school balance?
Here, if time management is one thing that you have to learn, because if you don't manage your time, now you go there for your body, you understand? So basically, you have to like calm down, and probably if you have to draw a timetable, if you have to draw a pattern in your head, whichever one that works for you. But you have to always know that the number one priority in this country is time management, you understand? Because even your pay comes with time. So you have to find a perfect balance to always balance your work. And so you might decide to like have so amount of sleep in a day, have so amount once you get back from work, because I have a job, I work in school as well. So once I get off work, I always know that, hey, this is a time to go and do some of my assignments. And once I'm done with that, I go and try to get some rest. You know, everything is just, there is like a pattern that has been put in place in my life, basically, that has to be strictly adhered to. Otherwise, you wouldn't really be as productive as you wish, and you'd have yourself to blame at the end of the day. And you know, here they're very particular about good grades, and a lot of things are tied to it. And it's not a very wise decision that you leave Nigeria to come here and start having stupid grades, you know. So it's something that you have to take very seriously.
I agree. So for everyone listening out there, what is it that you want them to know about America if they choose and if they want to come here to study in the future? And what words of wisdom do you have for them as well too, as we wrap up?
So basically, if you're coming in here, there is something they call STEM: science, technology, something. But they have to make a research on STEM courses. So you have to make sure that you're in the STEM courses, because that's the courses that the American government prioritizes. And also find a way to integrate whatever you're doing into technology, because I have a friend here, a classmate who was a pharmacist in Nigeria, you know, but he came over here and found a way to integrate a course that can be aligned with both pharmacy and technology and tech. So medical lines also they have like basically almost unlimited job opportunities here as well. A lot of Nigerians who come in here, before recent years, a lot of Nigerians who come in here always find a way to go into the medical line. That's why you have a lot of Nigerians as doctors and nurses here in the US, because back then, 15, 20, 10 years ago, it was basically was a straight line. A lot of people, 90 to 95% of Nigerians that come in here just go into the medical line.
Yeah.
So, but now we are diversifying. There are a lot of Nigerians that work with big tech companies like Tesla's in Austin and all of that. Because I have a friend who is in Austin. He works with Tesla, I think. So now we are trying to diversify into tech and better opportunities here in the US.
Yeah.
So that's basically what I would advise.
Yeah, I agree with you because STEM is where the money is for real. And student STEM, you have 3 years OPT compared to someone in arts. After OPTs, after schooling, you can work here for 3 years legally to get experience, and compared to someone in arts that has just 1 year. So you said that STEM is the best way to go for those that come in here. Again, I want to thank you so much, Kingsley, for joining us. It's been amazing having you on the show. I know my audience have learned so much from you. And so if they want to reach out to you or maybe ask you questions about school, do you have an Instagram handle or a Twitter handle they can reach out to you on?
Yeah, you can reach out to me on Instagram at Real MGAB. Real, like REAL, MGAB as in MGAB. They're both together, Real MGAB. That's basically my handle on Instagram.
Awesome. Well, thank you again, Kingsley. It's good to have you on the show. For everyone listening out there and all our audience, thank you guys so much for listening. Please write your comments, write your questions that you may have for Kingsley or for myself, and we'll do our best to reach out to you. Thank you so much for being here, for listening to us. Have a wonderful day. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Have a good one.